What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lewis, and on today's video I'm going to do my best to explain to you guys why I am changing from one-handed to two-handed. But before we get into any of those details, guys, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're on the way to 50,000 subscribers and we cannot get there without you. Coolwick.com, promo code Napoles10 gets you 10% off your entire order. Down below in the description there should be a link where you can order this bowling ball or any bowling ball you want. The ball spinners, great way to help support the channel. Chamois, everything down below in the description. So at first, you know, everyone's always like, oh, it's because of the rev rate, because it's easier, this, that, or the other. I don't think that bowling one-handed or two-handed is easier or harder than one another. I think it's just different. Because if you take someone who's never bowled two-handed and has only ever bowled one-handed, it could be very difficult to learn how to bowl two-handed. Yeah, like my two buddies, Chris's, like they tell me that they can't even understand the mechanics to bowling two-handed. So I don't think that just because you go two-handed, your scores are gonna go up or that it's automatically going to be easier, because honestly, it's not. But for me, I think it is. Like, I started bowling in 2008, so that's what, 16 years that I've been bowling. And I've had some successes, right? Like, I'm not saying that I haven't had any successes, right? Like, I've shot like 8 or 9 300s. I've shot 2 800s, including an 856. I've cashed in multiple PBA regionals. I've never won one, but I've cashed. I've won a bunch of local tournaments, all with my thumb in the ball. But something's always been off, right? There's always been like, my timing isn't there, my ball roll isn't there. You can go, because I'm gonna be a while. Like, my timing isn't there, the ball roll isn't there. Like, my track used to be like super low, then I got it to where it was high, but then it got too high. I was going over my fingers and the thumb. There's been a lot of struggles in the last 16 years that I've been bowling with my thumb in the ball. And then when I take my thumb out of the ball and bowl two-handed, it seems like it comes natural, and it feels like this is the way I should have been bowling the entire time. And I tried bowling two-handed once before, but I was doing all the wrong things. Like, I was trying to do stuff that didn't feel natural. Plus, I was a lot heavier. I feel like since I've lost a lot of this weight, it's been much easier to bowl two-handed than it was before. But when I bowl two-handed, it feels natural. I naturally like having a shorter backswing, and with my thumb in the ball, like, no matter what I did, I felt like I couldn't get that swing down, like low, and feel comfortable. So I naturally have a lower backswing two-handed, obviously. But for me, it's really all about the ball roll. I had a lot of axis rotation with my thumb in the ball. And then with your thumb out of the ball two-handed, like, it's really hard to have a lot of axis rotation because the ball's gonna fall, if that makes sense. So it's something that it forces me to be more under the ball. And then, yeah, I mean, obviously having the added rev rate obviously helps, right? Like, my rev rate went from like 350 to like 500, like that, going from one-handed to two-handed. My ball speed is also up considerably. I think it's up like 2.5 miles per hour on average. So if you take all the stuff that I was really hindering me one-handed, my ball roll, my rev rate, my ball speed, all of that got fixed by taking my thumb out of the ball. And you can say, sure, I took the easy way out. I could have just practiced more or worked on it more or this, that, or the other. But the reality is that I bowled with my thumb in the ball for 16 years. Like, how much more opportunity? And now I don't have nearly as much time to practice as I did before, right? I have a kid now, so I can't just come 3 or 4 days a week to come practice. I have to shoot the video, so I can't really practice because I'm shooting the videos. And I'm not saying that automatically I'm a better bowler because I'm bowling two-handed, but I think that doing this is gonna allow me to become a better bowler. And I think that one thing to keep in mind is, you know, to the people who are watching this video, to the people who typically watch all my videos, who tell me that I'm very relatable because I'm an amateur and I don't throw the ball like the professionals. I still don't throw it like a professional two-handed. Like, I'm still very much an amateur. And you can still listen to what I'm saying about the ball and still make your own decisions based on what I see. Like one thing that Luke taught me, Luke Rosedal, if you haven't subbed to his channel, please go subscribe to the channel, is that it doesn't matter if we throw the ball righty, lefty, one-handed, two-handed, back up, whatever. You can take what we say, then see how it correlates to your game, and that's all you need. So if I'm bowling two-handed and I say that I see this, that, or the other, and you drill the same ball, maybe with the same layout, and you see the differences, now you know, okay, if Lewis says that he likes to stand at 25, but I'm normally at 20, and if that's consistent, that's really all you need. And so I just really want to thank you guys for the overwhelming support so far for this transition going from one-handed to two-handed. And honestly, it's brought a lot of joy back into the game. Like I was starting to feel like really burnt out, where no matter what I did, I just felt frustrated. I couldn't score. And then I felt like I needed to score in order to get the views, and I just couldn't do that. Bowling two-handed has really brought a lot of joy back into it. And I'm bowling a tournament next weekend two-handed, and I'm like all in. Right, so I have the Scorpion low flare in front of me. This is what I threw in league last week. But I recently got the RSTX, no, not the RST, the Attention Star S2, the Road Warrior. I drilled those two-handed. I actually plugged my spare ball, which I'm getting ready to pick up. I plugged my Primal Rage Evolution. I plugged my the Hammer Effector. I plugged those to go two-handed. So I'm really going to give this a all-in effort. I'm not saying I'm going to be two-handed the rest of my life. I'm not saying that I'm never going to throw the ball one-handed again, but I want to see where this goes. And ultimately, that's why I'm going two-handed, right? Ball speed, rev rate, ball roll. Those three things are why I'm making this switch. So guys, let me know in the comments, do you guys like that I'm doing two-handed? Yes or no? At the end of this video, if you're still watching however long this has been, then thank you. I'm going to show you some shots here of all the footage that I take today, throwing the Scorpion low flare, Attention Star S2, and the Road Warrior, and just show you guys why I'm doing this. But thank you. I really appreciate you guys, and you know, we're like at 42,000 subs right now, and I know eventually I'll get to 50. Hopefully one day I'll get to 100. But all I know is that I can't do any of that without you guys. There we go, 10 back. There we go. It's like that. Ooh. All right. Oh, there we go. Nicely. Yeah, that's. There we go. 10 back. There we go. It's